Alright, yesterday I spent the whole day putting everything away, vacuum bagging, and all that. And Pete spent the day finishing varnishing the mast and the hoops and everything. The mast is now in here in the building. And then we'll oil the rig. All of the tarred rigging. We'll oil that and also oil the dead eyes again this year. And Pete varnished the dinghy and oiled the dinghy. So the extra shiny bits are the varnish, and then the floor is oil. Making sure the batteries have enough decantered water, or whatever that's called. Let's see what the plans are here. Everything's all vacuum bagged up and put away. And everything is put away down here also. Vacuum bagged and set where it needs to go for the winter. We're gonna pull up all of these floors and vacuum all underneath here, pull the water tanks out again. And just scrub the boat a little bit, clean it up, make it nice. And then we can start on the prep work. Getting her looking pretty again. Oh, she already does look pretty. Alright, gotta look for a scrub brush for Pete. Bilge rinsing time. Gonna pull up all these floorboards and start rinsing and scrubbing the bilge out. Bilge cleaning time. We pulled out all the water tanks and cleaned them and degreased the bottom of them where any kind of gross bilginess was on the tanks. Cleaned them out. Rinsed them and cleaned them out with some bleach. So they're ready for next summer. Just gonna let them sort of dry. I don't want any critters getting in though. Yeah, let them dry out. No water left behind. And down here in the boat, bilges are clean now. I love how the nameplate, the clear coat, has started cracking. Look at how cool that looks. So I put some varnish on it and check that out. I couldn't redo that if I tried. Alright, we are ready to start putting the water tanks back in the boat.
I'll bring it downstairs and film a little. Courtney's gonna hand them down to me. And what we did was, well, what Fleming did when we built the boat. Sorry, I'm trying to climb down the ladder here. What Fleming did when he built the boat was he made it so that these tanks were removable and they'd fit right out the door and everything. It's pretty amazing. So anyone building a boat might want to think about having removable water tanks, because it's really handy, especially with a wood boat, that you can get in under the tanks and clean. Because trust me, just after a couple months, that was pretty nasty down in there.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry about the lighting. But now it's nice and clean. And look at, if anyone's worried about how strong Norna's built, you want to see some floors, look at these. They go all the way down there and all the way up there. There's the other one in the... These little blocks just hold the tanks down. But the floor, that's a little block to hold the tank. The floors go. You can see how far up they go. Talk about wings. And then with those laps in there, and there's a through bolt going down through the keel. It's got a little water and I gotta suck up from cleaning. So I want to do that. And that goes right down through the keel. That's a little block that sits on for the tank to sit on. There's our butt block for the where these two planks come together. And there's another one right here. But yeah.
Alrighty. The boat is all put away for the winter. Bilges are cleaned. Refrigerator's cleaned out. Toilet's cleaned out. All of the shower sumps and the water tanks are cleaned out. Everything's vacuum bagged and put away. Sails are put down below. Anything that any kind of mice or animals can get into is put down below. Yep. Beginning to get Norna ready for paint. Sanding, sanding.
Give it a brush job this year. Go ahead and brush paint her.
Now it'll go so much faster if you roll it.
Yeah.
All right, here is the before. I like this conversation we're having. We're talking about if we ever had to redo Norna's decks again with the tar and oakum and cotton and stuff, we would more than likely, the reason why we would more than likely pull off the decks and
Put all new decking down.
put all new decking and
If we did that,
plywood and glass it.
We might go a more modern route
Yeah.
where you put down like a tongue and groove, painted tongue and groove for underneath. It'll look really nice, and wood and finished or varnished, whatever you like.
Painted probably.
And then put plywood down on top of the tongue and groove, epoxy glued to the tongue and groove, and then glass that with Dynel and epoxy. And then you would have, you know, if you're going to go through all the trouble replacing the deck,
Yeah.
especially with the substandard woods that you get nowadays compared to
Yeah, and that's
what
one
Norna's
of
decked
the,
with, you would, by the time you bought good enough lumber and
yeah.
did it right and everything, it would be probably cheaper just to glass it.
Yeah,
With epoxy.
and the reason why we actually went the route we did with Norna when we redid her decks this time was because she had so much good lumber left. There was no
still in
reason.
Good condition.
Yeah.
It was doable for sure.
Yeah, there was no reason to pull off all those decks and glass them.
No.
But you know, 10 or 15 years down the line, or 20, or however long it takes for this
might
to
be
wear
time.
out, yeah, it might be time to actually pull off all those decks and glass them, which really there's not a lot of deck there.
The only thing I don't like is I really don't like a painted deck.
Yeah. As we're painting right now.
No, well, the hall's alright. But a deck is like always dirty when it's painted. It's
Yeah.
always constantly, you know. But
It also wouldn't leak. Well, maybe. Who knows?
no, not much.
Yeah.
But there are some pretty damn good paints out there. If you use epoxy, you can paint it with all grip or some kind of really good two-part paint that'll last for 10 or 15 years or more.
So anyways, yeah, that's one of the things that I I hadn't mentioned yet really is why we had done the traditional route with Norna and stuck with the oakum and the tar. And it was because the wood was fine. There was really no reason to entirely pull off the decks and glass it yet. And that's a lot of beautiful larch lumber that would have went to the wayside for really...
No, it wasn't time yet.
It wasn't time. Okay, the one spot that had rot, the last bit of rot that we had was in the skylight. So we dug that all out and raked along all the seams, all along all the edges here. And that will be the one thing that we're going to repair when we get back in the spring. Anyways, other than that, I oiled the back deck, so that'll sit all winter. We're going to oil all these decks. Let it soak in for the winter. When I get back, it's totally dry. I miss you, Norna. You definitely did us right this year. We'll continue to keep you up and keep you safe. And